I work really hard to teach my clients to focus on health. That's what I call my nutrition program, Focus on Health. And we shift the focus of what we look like in the mirror to what's going on inside our body. And when we do that and we understand the depth and the magnitude and the seriousness of eating poorly and not moving our body, we take ourselves a lot more seriously. So working glutes isn't about having a toned booty. It's about being able to get up from the floor, carry groceries, walk long distances, travel, hike, enjoy life. Train now to preserve freedom later. Hi friends, Marcy Schoenborn here from Show Fit Nutrition, and I'm excited to be here today. I'm trying to get these talks in where I have moments. I run a pretty busy practice, so I'm here with wet hair, getting it done because what I want to talk about today is that important. So today I'm going to talk about why training your glutes and legs is crucial as you age. And if I'm a nutritionist, why am I posting fitness videos and talking about exercise? And it's because it's that important. My background actually goes back 44 years. I started working in a gym at 16. And so at 18 started teaching fitness. I think my first certificate was through ACE. And so long time ago. And in college took it further, right? But anyway, so you will hear me talk about anything that has to do with health and wellness. So whether it's exercise, whether it's nutrition, whether it's sleep, whatever. If it affects aging well, I'm gonna teach on it. If you wanna hear those things, subscribe, tell your friends, share this with your friends, and without further ado, and as my hair dries, we can get started. So why training your glutes and legs is crucial as you age. So if you're over 40, there's one area of your body you cannot afford to ignore: your glutes and your legs. And this isn't about looking good in your jeans. This is about living well longer. Staying strong, staying steady, staying independent. Our lower body, especially the glutes and legs, is the foundation of how we move, lift, balance, and age. When these muscles weaken, everything from our posture to our confidence to our mobility starts to slip. This talk is for women and men 40 and up who want to feel strong, not just in the gym, but in real life. Getting up off the floor, carrying groceries, climbing stairs, chasing grandkids, traveling with ease. And getting off the floor, I can relate to that. So I had actually gotten away from the gym for 10 years. Gotten away from exercise, I should say, for 10 years, from 44 to 54. Big mistake. Not a time in your life when you want to walk away from that. I had all the excuses, lived in the mountains, an hour from a gym. And then when we moved to town 7 years later, for a few years growing a business, didn't have time. Well, I can tell you, once I made the time, it made all the difference in the world in my health. I had already been eating well for 5 years. So I had lost my weight, reversed diseases, but I still was the skinny fat girl. And then I got to the gym, and every excuse I made was just that. It was just an excuse. I was sleeping better, so I actually had more time. And my brain worked better, so my time was more efficient. So we really need to evaluate and visit the excuses because it's not worth it. But getting up off the floor, I remember before I started working out again, after a 10-year break, I was the person that if I sat down too long, struggled to get up or sat on the floor. And I see all those memes that people laugh at and, oh, I'm getting older. And it's really not funny because it doesn't have to happen. At 49, I struggled to get up and down from the floor through my early 50s as well. But at 54, I started exercising. 55, I can sit on the floor cross-legged for an hour, get up with no problem. And at 60, I can do it. So it's not age. It's keep moving your body is the secret. So, but we're going to talk about why your glutes and legs are your secret weapon for longevity and quality of life. And so why does the strength decline with age? So we're going to start with a key reason why strengthening your glutes and legs becomes more important as you age, not less. It's something called sarcopenia. which is the natural age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. It actually starts as early as age 30 and it begins to accelerate after 50. According to Harvard Health, adults can lose up to 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade after midlife if they are not actively working to preserve it. So here's the kicker. Your glutes and leg muscles are often the first to weaken. Why? Because they're large, load-bearing muscles that you don't fully engage unless you're doing intentional resistance training. Things like squats, lunges, step-ups, or deadlifts. And if you're mostly sitting or walking casual during the day, that's not nearly enough to maintain their strength. As these muscles weaken, a few things happen. Your mobility drops. Getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or even walking becomes harder. Reflexes slow down, which means you're less able to catch yourself if you trip. And the big one, your fall risk goes way up, which is one of the leading causes of injury and loss of independence in older adults. So none of this has to happen. You know, just like disease doesn't have to happen, if we eat better, if we exercise, these other things don't have to happen. So the decline in strength isn't just a cosmetic or fitness issue. It's directly tied to your function, your balance, and your freedom to move as you age. And your glutes are your powerhouse for everyday movement. Glutes support your posture, walking and running, stair climbing, lifting without back pain. Weak glutes shift pressure to the lower back, hips, and knees, increasing injury risk. They're foundational to functional movement and protect your spine and joints. So lower body strength is tied to longevity. Studies show leg strength is correlated with longer life expectancy. A 2016 study published in Gerontology found that leg strength was a stronger predictor of brain health and cognitive aging than any other physical trait. Strong legs equals greater independence, mobility, and quality of life into latter years. So falls are the #1 cause of injury-related deaths in adults 65 plus, often due to weak lower body and poor balance. And it's not about aesthetics, it's about ability. So working glutes and legs isn't about having a toned body, a toned booty. That's a nice bonus if you care. That's really not what it should be about. I work really hard to teach my clients to focus on health. That's what I call my nutrition program, Focus on Health. And we shift the focus of what we look like in the mirror to what's going on inside our body. And when we do that and we understand the depth and the magnitude and the seriousness of eating poorly and not moving our body, we take ourselves a lot more seriously. So working glutes isn't about having a toned booty. It's about being able to get up from the floor, carry groceries, walk long distances, travel, hike, enjoy life. Train now to preserve freedom later. And I don't know about you, but when my husband and I go on vacation, we walk about 10 miles a day and we absolutely love it. And it doesn't kick our butt. We don't have to recover from that. Our bodies are prepared for it because we keep moving every day. So the best types of leg and glute exercises: body weight squats, glute bridges, hip thrusts, step ups, Romanian deadlifts, resistance bands for activation, balance training, single leg movements. So progress slowly and consistently. It's never too late to rebuild your strength. And getting started with leg strength, safe, simple, and smart. So now that we understand why leg strength matters, let's talk about how to actually start building it, even if you're brand new or just getting back into it. The good news, you don't need to be an athlete or even join a hardcore gym to get stronger. There are plenty of safe, manageable ways to build strength right where you are. So start light with mini resistance bands. And these small stretchy bands are one of my favorite beginner tools. And actually, I'm not a beginner, but I still use resistance bands. I keep one under my pillow and I lay on the bed at night before I go to sleep. I have a bent knee position, and so knees are bent and I have the band across my thighs and I do leg spreads, and it helps my lower back. I injured my lower back lifting weights, rookie move, a few years ago. And I find that if I skip this, I will notice my SI injury creeps up on me. So every night, or at least 5 nights a week, I try to do these mini resistance band moves lying on my bed, super easy to do, and it helps with functioning the rest of the next day. And so these small stretchy bands, one of my favorite tools, they're inexpensive, they're low impact, and they activate the glutes, hip stabilizers, and thigh muscles, which are crucial for things like balance, walking, and getting up from a chair. If that is too much, start with seated leg spreads and marches. So if you can't do some kind of squat or something like that, start with seated leg spreads and marches. Much easier to start with. Start with lateral band walks, glute bridges with a band, or standing leg abductions. You can do these at home, in your living room, in your pajamas. My first workout in the morning right now, every morning, is in my pajama pants, throw on a sports bra and sneakers, and go down to my treadmill, and I'm getting in an extra 20 to 30 minutes on my treadmill. It's just something I'm doing till I turn 61. And so yes, work out in your pajamas. Who cares? And bands are also great for travel or quick warm-ups before walking or cardio. Use weight machines for safety and support. If you're ready to add some resistance but aren't comfortable with free weights yet, machines are your friend. Things like the leg press, leg curl, and leg extension machines can help you safely build strength while supporting your form and reducing your risk of injury. They're especially helpful if you're older, recovering from injury, or just unsure how to move with load yet. So how to move safely with the weight. So start with light resistance, focus on slow, controlled movement, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Consider hiring a coach or trainer, even briefly. And I've had people reach out. That is not what I do. I know I have exercises posted all over. I don't fitness coach. I don't have time. I am a nutritionist, and I do have workouts in my plan, but I just put the workouts out there because I love doing them and love helping beginners and my chair workouts, my seated warriors. So definitely consider hiring a coach or a trainer, even briefly though. If you're unsure where to begin or how to use the equipment, it's 100% worth it to hire a coach or personal trainer, even if just for a few sessions. They will teach you proper technique that really matters, prevents injury. They'll teach you how to breathe during your lifts, which muscles to focus on, and how to progress safely over time. And you want to find a trainer that's going to do full body workouts. We need to work every muscle because they're all connected in some way, all indirectly. This is connected to that, which is connected to this. And if one of those is weak, they're all going to struggle. So don't look for a coach that tells you, oh, I can help you spot reduce. No, find a coach that helps you strengthen your entire body, okay? So think of it like hiring a driving instructor before hitting the freeway. Why not build confidence early? I'm always surprised at people that want to do everything themselves. Hire coaches, hire professionals. We help you. We help you get to a level you're not going to get to on your own in less time. You know, as a matter of fact, with my nutrition plan, I teach 186 hours that are all different coaching, different talks in a year's time. I pulled those from 12,000 hours of research and education. If you have time to do 12,000, and the money, I spend a lot of money also in the 6 figures with my education. So if you have the time and the money, so you have a decade and 6 figures to learn, then you can go learn everything I teach my clients. And then with the fitness instructors don't learn to that magnitude, but they learn. They're very good at what they do. They're very versed at what they do. They're going to help you move safely. They're going to help you move carefully, and they can write programs for you. And that's something you're not going to figure out how to do on your own if you're just piecemealing exercises and looking at different YouTube videos and things like that. Certainly can be helpful if you want to take things up a notch or you're a very beginner trying to do things at home, but you really do need an instructor, a coach to write workouts for you. So I highly suggest going to your local gym and finding one, even if for a short time. So if you're not ready for the gym or just prefer working out at home, here are some simple, effective body weight exercises you can start with. Sit to stand from a sturdy chair. This builds strength in the exact motion you use daily. And friends, if you struggle to do this, you need to be doing it. If you struggle to stand up out of a chair, you should be doing it multiple times a day for 3 to 5 reps until you can do 10 to 12, 3 to 5 times a day. You've got to build that strength. It matters. Wall sits are great for quad and glute endurance, and those are a little more advanced than just getting up and down from a chair. Step ups, use stairs or a stable box. Stairs are great with a railing. Hold on, go up and down the stairs multiple times. Standing calf raises strengthens the lower legs and helps ankle stability. It all matters. The whole leg needs to be strong. So even doing these 2 to 3 times per week can build noticeable strength and make daily movements easier. So the bottom line, you don't need to lift heavy weights on day one. You shouldn't lift heavy weights on day one. You just need to start where you are, with tools that feel safe and manageable. That might be a mini band, a leg press machine, a guided session with a coach, or just your body weight in a chair. The key is consistency, not intensity. You'll be amazed what happens when you train your legs even a little every week. And remember, strong legs equals strong life. They carry you through everything. So don't wait for a wake-up call. Start building strength that supports the life you want to live now and in the decades to come. And if you found this talk helpful, please subscribe and tell your friends, share this video, and I hope to see you on the next talk.